Hi Aries, welcome back to the channel. Monica Louv here at the Love Messages. So today we will be doing your reading for the month of June. Now this is going to be a general reading, so it may resonate, it may not. If it does resonate with you and you're looking for a private reading with me, all the links for that will be in the description box below. Aries, in this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at past, present, and future for you. I'm going to clarify the cards and pull some advice. Okay, so Aries, for the month of June, you have the 10 of Cups. Okay. 10 of Cups is your challenge. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the High Priestess upright. Okay. So moving forward in the month of June, you have the 10 of Cups as your challenge. And the 10 of Cups typically is talking about a relationship, coming together with someone, really just getting to this place of happiness. This is what you're working towards, okay? This could be a very challenging situation for you because of a number of things. Maybe there's something happening in your life where you find it challenging and you find it difficult to feel happy and fulfilled in some way, shape, or form. Now, this also could be a relationship that you're involved in where you're involved in a relationship and perhaps the relationship isn't really going the way that you wanted to, or maybe you had a certain expectation when it came to this relationship. We're gonna find out why the 10 of Cups is your challenge for the month of June when we clarify it in a moment, okay? Okay, now let's talk about the recent past. Now in the recent past, you have the 5 of Cups, the 7 of Wands, and you have the Hermit, okay? So in the recent past, I do strongly feel, Aries, I don't know why with this combination, I get a specific message. It's a specific message, not going to resonate with all of you. There's something here about an expectation that you had with a particular person, okay? You had an expectation with a particular person. I feel with the 7 of Wands, it's very much talking about our values, the things that are important to us, really fighting and working hard for that. In the past, there was a huge disappointment that you went through, okay? You went through some form of a disappointment. Something didn't go the way that you wanted it to here in the past, and it left you in this place in the past where you started to focus on yourself, started to go within, making sense of things. You know, why is this happening? Why am I going through this? And I do feel, even though there isn't really a specific timeline for past, present, and future, ever since Neptune entered into your sign, there's been a lot of this fog, right? And that's what Neptune does. It brings this fantasy-like fog-like energy. So something happened in the past that really brought some form of disappointment into your life, and you started to really question it or go within to try to find answers in the past. There was a lot of this hermit energy where you spent a lot of time on your own trying to make sense of things in the past, okay? I'm seeing 222 on the clock, so there may be some sort of important message in regards to the past with 222. If you want to check that out in angel numbers, that can give you some sort of information on what you need to know in regards to that. Now, in the present moment, you have the Chariot, you have the King of Swords, and you have the 9 of Wands, okay? So what's happening for many of you in the present moment, there is a very important conversation that's being had. I do feel this is somebody that you're dealing with, could be a Cancer. I'm getting a Sagittarius. I'm also getting an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I feel there's something important here that needs to be discussed. And I feel this important conversation is happening because there's a situation that you've been involved in where you've been trying to make this situation work over and over and over again. And to your surprise, it may not be, again, working the way that you want it to, okay? And especially with the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is a beautiful energy. It is the energy that all of us are looking to harness and achieve in our lifetime. However, this is your challenge, right? So we're going to talk about that. We're going to see why this energy is here in the present moment when we clarify. In the near future, you have the Star, you have the 10 of Pentacles, and you have the Judgment. So in the near future, I do strongly feel you're going to come to this huge realization about your life, okay? And what is great, because by the time June rolls around, guess what? Saturn is in your sign. What does that mean when Saturn's in your sign? When Saturn's in your sign, it means that you are going to start to realize that all the goals, all the dreams, all the things that you want to achieve in your life are only possible when you start to create discipline in your life. This is what Saturn does. Whatever Saturn touches, it restructures it. It makes it into something better. So the question you need to ask yourself is, what are the things that I need to work on so that I can have a better response from life? I can achieve my goals. I can achieve this happiness. Because let's face it, let me be honest with you, Aries. You all know I'm honest. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to help you and get results. That's my job. My job is here to get you results. If I can't get you results, then really there's no point in you watching me, okay? So let me break it down to you and let me explain to you why in the near future you have the Star and you have the Ten of Pentacles. The first thing that you need to know is there's a lot of abundance coming into your life. There's a potential here for abundance. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. There's a potential here for abundance, okay? That's number one. Number two, a lot of you have this idea, you have this vision of the happiness that you want, and I don't care what that is. Again, happiness to me might not mean the same to you, right? Happiness to one Aries might mean happiness to a different Aries, right? So you have to understand what makes you happy, what makes you feel like you want to get up in the morning and you want to sing and jump out of bed. There's something here that drives you every single day to live your life. And this is what the Ten of Cups is, right? For some people, that's a relationship, that's a marriage. Some people, it's more money. Some people, it's a better place where they can live. Maybe for some people, it's better food. I don't know what happiness means to you, but that's going to be a part of your challenge, trying to figure out by the time June comes around, you're really going to want something that's going to make you happy. Now, how is that going to be possible? That's going to be possible when you recognize and you're honest with yourself. The reason why Neptune has been in your sign and it's created this confusion in your life is because a lot of you really don't know what you want. You think you know what you want, but you don't really know what you want. Right? So when you finally get to this point where you realize, yeah, this is what I want, this is what I'm striving for, this is what's going to make me happy, then you'll be able to be practical with what you need to do, the steps that you need to take every single day to achieve that, right? So for example, when Saturn enters into your sign on the 25th of May, a lot of you are going to get this energy of, wow, things are a little bit difficult in my life, but maybe that's because I need to apply myself differently. I need to go about this situation differently. So this is where this energy comes in the near future, where you come to a realization. And the realization that you're coming to with the Judgment, today I look too beautiful, so the cards unfortunately don't want to focus. I'm sorry, Aries. But you know, this is the Judgment, right? It doesn't want to focus. It's saying Monica's too beautiful today. We're going to focus on her. Okay. All right. So the Judgment is talking about you coming to some sort of realization. What are you realizing? You're realizing how to make more money, how to be more successful, how to feel more secure within yourself. And that has a lot to do with your goals, right? For some of you, this is just simply self-care. Some of you still need to do more self-care. That could also be the case too. But as we get through your reading, we're going to get more information. So let's hop in. Let's not waste any more time. And let's hop right in and let's clarify your challenge. Let's clarify your challenge. Okay, so the 10 of Cups, which is your challenge, okay, that is clarified by the King of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. Some of you are so disappointed over a particular relationship or a person, a situation. You're very disappointed, okay? I do feel you were involved with someone. I'm getting an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, maybe a Pisces or a Cancer here. You were involved with someone, and I get a sense here that something happened within your connection that really affected the trust or the emotional bond that you had with this person. And your challenge here has a lot to do with trying not to focus on everything that went wrong within this connection. Even if you're single and you don't have a person, maybe this was a friend or a family member, there's something in your life where you became very disappointed in a certain person. And as a result of you going through that, a lot of you may have said, well, how am I going to trust people ever again? How am I really going to be able to trust anybody and open myself up passionately to anybody if they're going to go ahead and do that to me? There's something that somebody did to you and it really affected your confidence within personal relationships. The good news here with the 5 of Cups, if you can see the 2 of Cups here, you don't see the 2 of Cups, which means there's either a bigger and better relationship coming into your life once we hit into June, or this could be you resolving things with the person here that you had issues with. Your challenge here is to shift your focus. It's so important now as we enter into June because it's going to be completely new energy, especially with Saturn entering into your sign. By the way, Saturn is going to sit in your sign for the next 3 years, which means this is a whole new cycle. It's a whole new way of living, whole new way of dealing with life in general. Your challenge here is not to focus so much on everything that's gone wrong in your life, because a lot of you are focusing on that. Oh, well, she lied to me. Oh, he lied to me. Oh, they're liars. Oh, they don't care about, like, there's a lot of this going on, this yammering all the time. And what you're doing energetically is, instead of shifting your focus on the things that are actually important to you, which is your happiness, what's going to make you happy, what are the steps, the practical steps that you need to take day in and day out to get there, a lot of your energy is being wasted on the things that are out of your control. And what the universe, okay, what the realm, okay, wants you to do is, we want to see you focusing on the things that are going to make you happy. Why? Because what that's going to do is it's going to help you to actually attract the right people into your life, the right situations, because that's where your focus is. You see, you're very powerful, but if you keep putting your power towards something that you have zero control over, yeah, that's the result that you're going to get. Okay. So this is your challenge. Your challenge is to recognize that just because something didn't work out with a particular person doesn't mean that there isn't something better coming into your life. And that's going to be a big part of your challenge. There's that tower confirming that you went through a tower moment with a specific person. And some of you are very upset about it. You're extremely upset about it. Bottom line. Okay. So just remember to remain positive and happy. And that's what's going to help you to attract the things that are actually meant to come into your life. Now let's clarify the recent past. Bottom of the deck, you have the High Priestess in the recent past. We're going to start off with the 7 of Wands for you, Aries. The 7 of Wands is my card of value. Ooh, there we go. Finally, the camera's focusing on the cards. I guess the camera doesn't care about me anymore. Woohoo! Okay, there's the 7 of Wands energy. That is clarified by the 10 of Cups, the World, and the 8 of Pentacles. And by the way, your challenge is the 8 of Cups. So it's your challenge and it was in the past, okay? So in the recent past, I do feel that you had a very strong expectation about the type of work that you were willing to do, the type of people you were engaging with, maybe certain relationships. I do feel that a situation in your life came to an end. And when it came to an end, you said to yourself, you know what? I have an expectation of what the next project or the next person that I end up being with, how it's going to be. So a lot of you worked on yourself. You started engaging more in work. And as a result of that, I feel that you met somebody or something happened here in the past that brought you a lot of happiness and a lot of fulfillment, right? Because for many of you in the past, something here needed to come to an end because it simply wasn't in alignment with your values. And you accepted that. You may have said to yourself, no, I'm not going to accept that. That's not in alignment with my values. I'm done with it. I'm going to work on what's going to make me happy. So this is what you did in the past. And as a result of that, I see that you attracted love. Maybe you attracted a relationship here. Many of you found out someone cheated on you, okay? It's not gonna resonate with all of you, but some of you found out that somebody was in a third party or somebody was entertaining somebody outside of the relationship. You could have been at a distance. And I feel this information that you received, it came in from a friend or it came in from maybe a photo that you saw or you got some sort of information, but it's not that this person that you were with told you directly. They didn't come to you and say, hey, Aries, by the way, I'm cheating on you. I like somebody else rather than you. I feel like you found this out through pictures or social media. You found out information. When you found out this information, here's the Hermit. Maybe it left you in this place of really just wanting to be on your own and focusing on yourself at that time. You have the Hangman, the Nine of Wands, and the Sun. I think what really hurt you the most here in the past, bottom line, what really hurt you on a very deep level is the fact that you gave your all to this person, okay? The Sun and the Nine of Wands, okay? And I don't mean to laugh, but I'm getting a very strong current through my body, which is confirming that whatever I'm telling you is the truth. Again, not gonna resonate with all of you, but a lot of you put your all into this, the Sun and the Nine of Wands. And a lot of you waited and waited and waited and hoped that this situation would get better. But again, I think what really, I don't wanna say this word because it's PG friendly channel, what really got you mad instead of PO'd, what really got you mad was the fact that, you know, you ended one thing in the past to be with this person, and it seems as if you keep ending things and having to start new things. And a lot of you are afraid of maybe starting something new because you don't want to have to go through the same thing that you went through in the past. Okay, so there was a heavy disappointment, and I think that this disappointment that came into your life, intuitively, you already knew what was going on already. Okay, so let's clarify the present moment. Okay, so bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Cups, which means a lot of love, a lot of emotional interest here. You have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is clarified by the Page of Cups. You have the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. So in the present moment, there's a particular person that you're dealing with. I don't feel like this is you. I feel like this is a specific person that you're dealing with. Air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I'm getting a Pisces as well too. Somebody here feels alone. They literally feel alone, and they feel isolated, and they feel very worried about the situation. I'm not quite sure what they're worried about. Maybe they're worried that you're not going to forgive them, or you're not going to be open to their apology. I also get here, Aries, that this person wants to talk to you. Like they directly want to speak to you. Now, you also have the Nine of Wands here again. This was showing up in your past, and it's showing up in the present moment. The Nine of Wands is clarified by the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Devil. So in the present moment, I do strongly feel with the Devil and the Seven of Swords, a lot of you, ouch, a lot of you are done with someone in the present moment. You're not quite done with this person, but you are in this energy where you may be saying, I need to get away from this person. There's somebody in the present moment that's super, super unhealthy and toxic for you, okay? And the Seven of Swords is here, so there's a lot of trust issues. There's a lot of trust issues when it comes to this person. I am getting manipulative energy. I'm getting toxic energy, narcissistic, covert narcissistic energy, codependent energy. And even though you've tried to make this situation work over and over again with this person keeps showing you their true colors. And I've been seeing this in almost everybody's reading. I saw this in Aquarius's reading. Now I'm seeing it in your reading, okay? So the big thing here that you have to keep in mind is once Saturn enters into your sign, it's really going to bring this energy of you needing to start getting serious about yourself. And I mean, you need to be your worst enemy in a way where you need to really, and it's not, I don't want to say your worst enemy because that's probably not the best way for me to get it across to you, but you need to be honest with yourself and the people that you deal with and how you deal with other people, because there's something within you that you're going to realize over the next few weeks as we enter into June that you need to start getting serious. Like you need to have standards and you need to have the responsibility to create the type of reality that you want. Some of you are just kind of letting things happen instead of standing up like you usually do and say, look, I'm not putting up with this, right? Because it is a specific person that you're disconnecting from. They're toxic, they lie. I'm getting something here about a compulsive liar. And if you're cross-watching this, please don't watch. Go watch your sign, okay? Because some of you might watch this and you might say, that's not me. Monica, why are you talking about me like that? But the reading isn't for all of you. The reading is for those of you who desperately need a reading. You desperately need to know what's going on in your life. Yeah, okay? So the Chariot's here. Yeah, you're moving on. You're moving away from this person. Why? Because intuitively you feel that's the right thing to do. This could be somebody that you're committed to. Maybe you're married to this person. So what's happening in the present moment, because there's been nothing but drama. Somebody here is codependent, okay? I don't know. Comment below and let me know if that's true. Somebody here is codependent. Like they're dependent on you every day to do certain things in their life, right? So now in the present moment, a lot of you are reevaluating the situation. And you're reevaluating it in a way where you're saying, do I want to carry this energy with me in the new cycle? Because there is a new cycle that's coming in, particularly for you. And a lot of you already feel it. Okay, major changes are coming in for you. Now, let's talk about the near future. Let's clarify. Okay, bottom of the deck, you have the Justice, which is indicating that for many of you, justice will be served. So if you feel in the present moment that you've been treated unfairly, you will be treated better in the long run moving forward. Now, the Star, we talked about this. The Star is about your hopes, wishes, dreams, and desires. And one of the things that is really important for you in the future is these goals that you have, okay? I'm getting something here about you made some sort of plans or goals in the past and you never really were able to completely fulfill them. There will be an opportunity for you to do that. Now, if this is just about love, let's say this is about your love life, right? There's somebody coming in, water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This person, they want clarity from you. And even though you're disconnecting from this person in the present moment, in the near future, they are going to try to get closer to you to gain clarity. They're going to try to have a new beginning with you. I see them making an offer to you. Going to be up to you if you're interested in taking them up on that offer. And the reason why they're interested in you is because when Saturn enters into your sign, you're going to change drastically. If this is happening on your rising, if this is happening moon or sun, let's say this is happening on your rising sign, your rising Aries, you're going to just naturally look more responsible. You're going to just naturally realize there's certain things that you might want to change within your appearance to have people take you more seriously. If this is happening around your sun sign, this could have a lot to do with just your day-to-day life. You know, there could be more responsibilities that are coming in. And many of you may realize that if you have a lot of things that you need to take care of, like your responsibilities and certain things that you need to do, you want to make sure that the right people are around you so that you can accomplish those things. Now, if this is just about your life, your work situation, there will be an opportunity for a financial gain here, but you need to get really clear on your goals. And this is what Saturn's going to do, because Neptune is there. A lot of you have been daydreaming, right? You've been in this energy of, oh yeah, I'm just gonna daydream and think about my goals and think about the things that I want. And you're in this fantasy. But when Saturn goes there, Saturn's gonna say, oh, you want this? Oh, this is what's gonna make you happy? Okay, this is what you need to do. These are the practical things that you need to do every single day to get closer to those goals, right? So this is where the financial abundance comes in. There's definitely an opportunity for financial abundance. Are you gonna take that opportunity? I don't know. It's gonna be completely up to you. But there will be certain things in your life that crumble. Certain structures, certain relationships, certain people. And some of you might get pissed off or upset, okay, because these things aren't working out for you. The reason why that's happening is because it's making room for what's actually meant for you. Many of you are manifesting, you know, somebody into your life, or you're manifesting better health, you're manifesting a better image. And a lot of you are saying, well, you know what's gonna make me happy, Monica? What's gonna make me happy is when I have more money. You need to start living like you have more money. You need to start living in that energy already, right? Those are the things that are really gonna help you to manifest the happiness and the things that you want in your life. But particularly with the Tower here, the Tower is indicating that there's a situation in your life that's unstable. And this is what's stopping you or hindering you from your success. So identifying what in your life is not stable, what wasn't built on a solid foundation, which clearly there's something in the present moment that just, I feel it's a person you're dealing with or an environment. The more you entertain this mess here, the more delayed your opportunities are coming in. But because Saturn's coming into your sign, it's really gonna help you to start getting serious about your life. And when do you get serious about that? In June. In June, you get serious because the judgment is here and you wake up out of this slumber to realize that you've been holding on to something that really you need to let go of. So you come to this realization of something that you need to let go of. For many of you, it's a toxic relationship, partnership, person, friend, whatever. And I see you healing from this situation. You're going to completely let it go eventually. It might take you some time, and there's new love that's coming in. So what you don't see coming is the High Priestess. You're going to be very intuitive in the month of June, and it's going to help you to make the solid decisions that you need to make to be able to move forward to the goals and the happiness that you seek in your life. So let's get some advice for you, Aries. What's the advice? Your biggest piece of advice is so clear. I love when it's so easy, when the readings are so easy. The Devil, you have the Ten of Swords, and the Tower. Your biggest piece of advice here, okay? Your biggest piece of advice is to recognize the structures in your life that no longer serve you. Saturn is at its final end cycle, and it's moving towards your sign, which means it's starting a whole new cycle. What Saturn is asking you to identify in your life is what in your life has brought a lot of pain to you? What in your life feels done? What in your life feels unstable? What in your life has created dependency, toxic energy, unhealthy vibrations for you? Is it a habit that you're doing? Is it a person that you're dealing with? Is it an environment that you're dealing with? Only you can be truly honest with yourself. I can't tell you what you need to work on. I can only guide you to what you need to work on. You have to be the one that's honest with yourself, and you have to be the one that digs deep inside to really identify the things that you need to work on. Why? Because when you start to do those things and you start to work on, and I'm not saying just work on things, I'm saying really take a practical approach to the things that you need to work on by identifying what is unhealthy in your life, what is simply done, but you keep trying to make it work, what in your life isn't stable, but you keep trying to rely on it because that's all you have. These are the things that you have to be honest with yourself about. You can pretend all day like there's no problem, but pretending all day like there's no problem isn't going to make the situation better. So by identifying these things in your life that need to change, that's your biggest piece of advice. This is what's going to help you to get closer to the happiness that you seek. Aries, it's not just about luck. It's also about the energy and effort that you put into something to actually see the results that you're looking for, okay? Super practical reading. I hope you got something from it. I want to thank you so much for tuning into this. And of course, I hope you got something from it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.